Hello, Mesquite. Mayor Bruce Archer here. And every year, the city of Mesquite, our council and some of our staff are so blessed to attend the annual Mesquite Elks Lodge dinner and awards ceremony. This year, because of COVID-19, unfortunately, we were not able to do that. However, I'm so delighted that today we were able to tape some of the presentations of the different awards today, and so thankful for everyone who could attend. As we get started, let me introduce our exalted rulers, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
My name is Paul Sullivan. I was the exalted ruler last year.
My name is Susie Ward, and I am currently the exalted ruler of Mesquite Elks.
At this time, it is my high honor, and I really do count it a distinct privilege, to present the Citizen of the Year Award. And Mrs. Cox, that's why you're here today. You may not have known that, big secret that everyone's kept, but let me just express to you from my heart. I've watched you the last several years as you have served meal after meal for lots of folks in the community. When there's been needs in the town, you have been there. The kindness in you, the compassion, the volunteer spirit that you have, the wonderful work that you do each year with the disabled children for their prom at the Elks Lodge, tremendous work. And so it's my honor to present you, Miss Linda Cox, with the Citizen of Mesquite City Award.
Oh my gosh.
Citizen of the Year Award. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Would you like to say a couple of words?
I'm humbled. Everything I do from the heart, but I have tons and tons of support and help from mostly the Elks. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this award. Thank you very much.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
One of the joys of being a part of the Mesquite Elks Lodge award ceremony each year is the opportunity to present our public safety employees with the City of Mesquite Police Officer and Firefighter of the Year award. In Mesquite, we are so thankful and we honor our public safety employees. We believe that our police officers and our firefighters go above and beyond to protect us each day. And so with that, I will let Chief Cato introduce our City of Mesquite Police Officer of the Year award.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to share with you the nomination letter that was written by Sergeant Kevin Rao for our honoree. I would like to recommend Investigator Mike Smith for Officer of the Year. Starting in April of 2019, Mike began investigating Wingstop robberies, Foot Locker robberies, and other convenience store robberies in the city of Mesquite. Mike began following leads, which ultimately led to Dallas Police Department and the FBI getting involved in the investigation. Mike's diligent work and coordinated efforts began tracking a group of suspects. In May, Mike coordinated with Dallas Police Department and FBI to follow the suspect to Lancaster, Texas. While under surveillance, the suspect and another accomplice robbed a Wingstop location. The suspects were immediately taken into custody after that offense. During this months-long investigation, Mike was able to identify 14 robberies that were committed in Mesquite, Dallas, Irving, and Lancaster. Mike was able to file 5 robbery cases that occurred in the city of Mesquite and also file cases on 3 separate individuals. The district attorney's office accepted Mike's cases and he's preparing for trial. And just so you know that the epilogue to this was the main suspect just received a 40-year sentence in prison for this. And this is just one example of a case that might work. His diligent efforts are continuing to close cases and bring people to justice that commit violent crimes in our city. As a robbery homicide detective, he investigates some of the most violent and harshest crimes and the most violent and harsh people. And he works every day just like that to get confessions and to close those cases. And it's my honor to present to you the Elks Lodge, the Mesquite Police Officer, Elks Lodge Officer of the Year, Mike Smith.
Thank you, Chief Cato, for those important comments. And I'll just say it's because of officers like Officer Smith that I always proudly and with confidence say that in Mesquite, Texas, we absolutely have the best police department in America. Thank you so much. At this time, we'll now recognize our Firefighter of the Year, and with that, I'll let Chief Kirby share some remarks about this excellent firefighter.
Today, I'd like to recognize our 2020 Mesquite Fire Department Firefighter of the Year, Mr. Chris Thomas. Chris started his career at the Mesquite Fire Department on April 10, 2000, and received his paramedic patch in 2001. He has received 3 life-saving awards in 2001, 2005, and 2007. Over the past few years, Chris has not been in the typical firefighter role, but this does not stop him from making a difference within our department. During the last 6 months of 2019, Chris was assigned as our backup fleet coordinator. Chris took this job very seriously to keep the fire department equipment operating and ready for service. There were many instances Chris was seen working outside of his normal business hours to make sure a repair was made or to complete a repair project that had been started, so crews had their equipment or parts that they needed. During one time when Engine 1 was supposed to be returning from the shop for repairs, Chris noticed that an air leak had not been repaired. This was noticed on his return trip to the city on a Friday afternoon. Chris maintained constant contact with the crews at Fire Station Number 1 throughout the day to let them know the status of their engine and that they would not be back in the engine that day. What the crews did not know at the time was that Chris continued to work with the shop to get the repair completed. Chris went out of his way on a Saturday to go pick up Engine 1 and deliver it to Station 1 so they could be back in their frontline engine. Chris has also made a difference in our EMS division. Due to department reorganization, the EMS division was able to seamlessly take over the management of EMS supplies with no impact on operational personnel as a direct result of Chris's hard work. Chris completely cleaned, inventoried, and rearranged all the supplies in the supply room to make it easier and more efficient to stock ambulances. He developed a system of labeling and arranging the shelves so that anyone in the future will have no issues pulling or putting away supplies. Chris cleaned, organized, and labeled a reserve ambulance and developed a list for what needs to be swapped to make an ambulance ready for duty. Working with both the EMS and Operations Division, Chris was the go-to person for issues with the department's cardiac monitors and Stryker power load cot systems. Chris also assisted with developing a process to audit our controlled substances used and has trained the shift duty officers on the procedure. He also continually assisted the city's IT department with troubleshooting the electronic patient care system and provided spare laptops to crews when they were having issues. Chris shows up every day excited to work, dedicated to his job and ready to help. He always maintains a great, positive attitude no matter the task assigned to him. He approaches every challenge with enthusiasm that is rarely matched in our department. He follows every project through to the end, continually looking for ways to make things a lot better. It is my pleasure to recognize Christopher Thomas and to recommend him as the 2020 Mesquite Fire Department Firefighter of the Year for the Elks. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chief Kirby, and Firefighter Thomas. I want you to know on behalf of the City Council and the Mesquite Elks Lodge, it's my privilege to present to you now this award. Thank you for your service. Each year, the Mesquite Elks Lodge is so generous to our city, especially when they support and help our Mesquite Fire and Police departments. And with that, I'll let our 2 exalted rulers here share their special presentation that they do each year for us.
Every year, the Mesquite Elks Lodge donates some money to the Mesquite Fire and Police departments to support our city. I would like to present to our mayor a check for each of those departments of $250 each.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I assure you those dollars will go every cent towards protecting the citizens of Mesquite. Thank you again so much.
I'm Donna Woodard, and I'm co-chairman of the dignitary dinner that we usually give at the Elks Lodge. I'm a member of the auxiliary. I'm also civic chairman for the auxiliary. We have worked with the city for at least 40 years, and we've done many, many projects. So this is one of the events that we have to honor all of the people that work for the city of Mesquite. We give away about $4,000 a year to the city of Mesquite for all of the different things that they are involved in. That is what we do. And I would like to have Pat and Norma say a few words as to what their jobs are.
I'm Pat Dill, and I was president at this time. We are glad that we can do this. We raise money in order to pay our charities, and we're very happy to do this. Thank you very much.
I'm Norma Sorensen. I'm the current president of the Ladies Auxiliary at the Mesquite Elks Lodge. And I just want to echo what Pat said. We are just so proud and happy to be able to help out with the programs and some of the departments in the city of Mesquite. And you all do so many wonderful things for the city. So we're just happy to be here today and to be able to help out with some of your programs. Thank you.
Well, Mesquite, this wraps up our annual City of Mesquite and the Elks Lodge Awards ceremony. So thankful for those Elks members who were able to come today and be a part of this process. And again, we're so thankful for all the good work the Mesquite Elks Lodge does for the people of Mesquite. Thank you so much.